Hi, I'm AJ. Today we're going to perform the HYPOXiX CO₂ Tolerance Test. This is very similar to your BOLT score. The difference between something like a BOLT and the HYPOXiX specific CO₂ tolerance test is that we're going to combine movement and a very specific breathing methodology in conjunction with that movement so that we can see how your body responds to CO₂ production as a result of your movement and also of your breathing pattern. This is crucial for you to know what this number is, to know where to start with your HYPOXiX workouts. This breathing method is extremely specific with the breath holds on empty lungs. So we're exhaling to the end of our breath, very contracted in the core, a lot of core contraction, a lot of total body contraction, producing more carbon dioxide than you usually would experience when performing a breath hold on the inhale or when performing the breath hold at a resting state after nasal breathing. And because it is so specific, it's important that we see how your body responds to this breathing method in conjunction with movement. So today, if you have a chair, wonderful, so that you can get a full depth functional squat in conjunction with this breathing methodology. I'm gonna have a metronome timer on so that we can get very specific. We're gonna perform 3 sets of the breathing test, and we're gonna rest about 60 seconds in between each bouts. I want you to write that number down, and then you're gonna take an average of those 3 numbers, and that is your starting result of your HYPOXiX CO₂ tolerance test. I'm gonna press start in the metronome, and let's begin by practicing the breathing method. We're simply going to take an inhale for 2 seconds and an exhale for 8 seconds. Now, the exhale is the engaged exhalation, the engaged exhale, which is very specific to the HYPOXiX method. And the reason it's important to follow this specific exhale is because we're forcing the exhale out with a certain intensity, and you're going to follow me as we go through that exhale. And you are going to have rising levels of carbon dioxide when you force the air out like that. I know it seems counterintuitive because you think, well, I'm blowing the carbon dioxide out, but trust me, I've tested this with a capno trainer many times. You do increase the levels of CO₂. On the 8-second exhale, it's all through the mouth. The inhale is through the nostrils. I really want you to expand those lungs, expand your ribs with the inhale. And on the exhale, we're taking the first 2 seconds on a blowing sound. You're blowing through pursed lips. The next 2 seconds, you're taking on a hissing sound, like you're hissing like a snake. The next 2 seconds on a shushing sound, like you're softly shushing a baby. And then the last 2 seconds are on a loud shush or a loudly shushing sound, like you're an angry librarian. You're telling someone to be quiet across the room. Sounds like this. Let's practice it together. We're going to take the inhale in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2. Did you hear how that final 2 seconds increased in intensity? So you're increasing the velocity of air out of your mouth for those final 2 seconds. Okay, so I want you to go back to where you're going to be performing your functional squat. I'm going to start sitting on a chair, and I'm going to begin my inhalation sitting on the chair before I move up and down with my engaged exhale. Check it out. So I'm in the seated position. I do have my ab ribbon on. If you have something, you can tie at the base of your ribs so that you have that proprioception, that you're completely inhaling, tightening the ribbon, and then you're completely exhaling, loosening the ribbon over the course of that exhale. That's extremely helpful in just reminding you to completely drain all of the air from the lungs using your belly button pulling to your spine. Let's simply practice the breathing method one more time. We're going to go through 1 breath cycle, and then we're just going to practice that squat. Let's take the inhale in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2. And then after that loud shush, you're going to take a breath hold. You're going to hold for 12 seconds, max 12 seconds. You're going to hold however long you can. It can be 2 seconds. It can be no seconds. It can be 4. It can be 6. Write your number down. That is the number we're looking for. And it's important that you keep your muscles active in conjunction with the breath hold, because that's going to help to assess your ability to tolerate carbon dioxide, which tends to be indicative also of your blood oxygen drops. In my research, both anecdotally and at a university level, so been studying this for a long time. So here, let me demonstrate what that looks like for you. And again, if you can't get all the way down to the chair, you're just gonna pulse, okay? Hands behind the head. I'm gonna do the blow, hiss, soft shish, loud shish, and then I'm gonna pulse, and I'm just gonna do a few second breath hold because I want you to observe me and I don't want you to perform at this time. Check it out. Inhale in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2. Hold. And that's where you're counting, and you're going to write your number down, then we're gonna rest to 60 seconds. We're gonna perform that 3 times in a row. Take an average of your score, and then check out the comments below. Then in the description, you'll see what category HYPOXiX total body workout you should begin in, and at that point, you will retest your carbon dioxide tolerance once every 2 to 4 weeks. Whenever you feel like the workouts in combination with the breathing technique are starting to become, not necessarily easy, but more tolerable, retest and see if you're ready to move on to the next level, okay? Now, let's begin by relaxing our bodies. Before we go into the test, we're just gonna take some nasal breathing. 4 counts in, 4 counts out, all through the nostrils. Here we go in 3, 2, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, 3, one more, then we're going right into our chest. Inhale, nasal. 3, 4, and exhale. Here we go with the 2-second inhale. Inhale, 1, 2, up on the blow. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, take a moment. Write down that score. And then we're going to take just a few more nasal recovery breaths. So we get 60 seconds of recovery in between each of our tests. Okay, let's take our nasal breathing in 3, 2, 4 counts in. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2 more nasal breaths here. Recover in 3, 4, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, 3, last recovery breath. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2. Here's the inhale. Inhale. 1, 2, up on the blow. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, write that number down. We'll take a few more recovery breaths, and we will take one more test. Great job. And let's start our nasal recovery in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, nice and soft through the nasal. That nasal breathing through the nostrils. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, 3, one more recovery breath. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, here we go for the inhale. Inhale. 1, 2, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, write that number down. Take an average of those 3 numbers, and then check out the categories in the HYPOXiX workouts, and then you will understand where you should start, and make sure to retest once every 2 to 4 weeks.